Within 30 minutes after the snow fell, Huntsville streets were covered. And Huntsville city workers implemented emergency procedures, starting with closing Memorial Parkway.
I'm trying to block these parkways and overpasses so that people stay off of them, keep them getting in an accident, possibly getting killed.
Well, of course, it's bad now, and it's going to get worse. There's no doubt about it, as you can see. We expect tomorrow to be much like it is right now. We want to keep as many people off the road as possible and just try to drive safe if you have to get on the road.
Huntsville police have been all around town. The roads are slippery and driving is difficult.
Conditions are terrible at this time. Right now we've closed all the overpasses. Montesano Boulevard is going to be closed. Bankhead Parkway is closed. There's a real bad area in front of Lewis Morris Elementary School on Bob Wallace between Sparkman and Crestwood that we're closing down right now. That little hill going up toward the school, vehicles having a hard time getting up that. That's all the closing at this time. We are expecting more.
Huntsville emergency medical technicians also busy. Fortunately, no serious accidents.
We've had several calls in the last couple of hours. It's taken a little extra time to get there. The ambulances have been equipped with chains and just having to take it easy and slow and give ourselves a little extra time to get there.
At the city shop, Hempsey and Huntsville police sat in line for hours, getting chains put on. HPD is advising if you must drive, be careful. They also recommend chains. What we're seeing could be around for a few days. In Huntsville, West Terrain, D-News WAFF 48.
Interstate 65 at 4:30 in the morning. Looks like a blizzard. Few braving the highway before lawmen finally closed it. The scene was the same in the small towns that dot the valley. The earliest risers ready for a tough day. Among them, Golan Harris.
Boy, it was rough, snow's deep, and in places pushed a little bit with the bumper there and everything. And the road's real slick.
In Moulton at dawn, downtown is a ghost town, almost. Most finding the going rough at the very best.
Everything's frozen, everything's closed down. We're just trying to keep emergency vehicles and people like the power companies and emergency management and those type of officials. We're trying to get them open.
Problems getting worse with the heavier traffic.
Yeah, but the snow's getting packed now and cars are starting to slide now. You can go in a four-wheel drive, but a two-wheel drive you couldn't.
That's County Commissioner Larry Lou Allen clearing post office sidewalks. He's afraid to even think about the streets.
Here there's problem on top of problem. Just as much snow as in the big cities, and the need to get from place to place just as great. But here there's no way to deal with it.
The plows kept busy in neighboring Decatur. But small streets and parking lots proved trouble.
6th Avenue was fine. I mean, you know, just when I went to get him off one of the side roads, we got stuck.
It closed the old Keller Memorial and its sister bridge here on the Tennessee River before dawn. On into the morning they were both reopened, but with traffic still at a snail's pace.
Of course, it's very critical. We're urging everyone to stay inside unless absolutely necessary. All the roads are officially closed.
At least the snow does have some fans here, if mostly the younger set. Todd Terry, WAFF 48, the news at 5:30.
The work begins early, before 3 a.m., as workers heave salt into trucks. The big trucks get a hand from front-end loaders. In all this morning, 31 city workers pull extra duty to help clear up the streets. 200 tons of salt is available. 27 tons poured the first time out. The snowplows hit the main city roads with salt trucks fast behind them. There are some major thoroughfares that the city is not plowing. University, Governors, the Parkway. That's the State Highway Department's jurisdiction.
Unless we're especially requested by the state, we will be at their disposal to help out if they request help. And the same is true, you know, if we request help, they have volunteered to help us where they can.
The latest word, state trucks will not begin clearing roads until daybreak, starting with Whitesburg Bridge and working their way north.